Welcome to KFOT. The Old Testament is full of the people, places, stories, and celebrations that were well known to Jesus and his friends. Knowing about the Old Testament helps us know more about Jesus, his friends, and the Old Testament things that they mention. Hi everyone, it's Miss Judy. Last year, we learned about a family that started with Abraham, who had a son named Isaac, who had a son named Jacob. Jacob was also called Israel. Jacob had many children, including a son named Joseph. We learned how Joseph ended up a slave in Egypt, but then went on to be in charge because Joseph organized a way for Egypt to survive a famine, a severe lack of food. Egypt was so grateful to Joseph that they invited him to bring his whole family to live in Egypt. So Jacob, also known as Israel, and all of his family came to live in Egypt. And their family grew and grew and grew. So hundreds of years pass, and the people in Egypt, they sort of forget about Joseph. They forget about what Joseph did to help them and how grateful they were. And instead, they don't really like that the people of Israel who came from somewhere else are prospering in Egypt. And Egypt, the king, the Pharaoh, enslaves the people of Israel, makes them slaves. They don't have their freedom, and they have to work for the Pharaoh. As this is going on, the people of Israel continue to prosper, and their family continues to get bigger and bigger. And the Pharaoh, the king, makes a terrible rule. He says that no more baby boys will be allowed to live. It's a terrible rule. So one of the families, one of the part of the people of Israel, they already have a son and a daughter, and then they have a baby boy. And they hide their baby boy because they know about this terrible law from the Pharaoh. But when the baby's around 3 months old, they realize they can't hide him anymore. And they come up with a plan. So the mother of the baby takes a basket and makes it waterproof. So it's like a little boat. And they put the baby in the little boat basket and take him down to the river. And they put him in a place where they think someone will find him because they want him to be found and someone to take mercy on this baby. So the baby's big sister, Miriam, she stays and she watches. And as she's watching, she sees that the princess, the king's daughter, the Pharaoh's daughter, finds her baby brother. And Miriam does something very brave. She comes out of her hiding spot and she talks to the princess. And she offers to find someone to look after the little baby until the baby is old enough to come live in the palace with the princess. So the princess says yes, and Miriam runs and gets her own mother, the mother of the baby. And in this way, they get to take care of the baby until he's around 4 years old. And then he goes and he lives at the palace with the princess adopting him, and his name is Moses. Now, a lot more happens with Moses, and we'll be learning about those things in the coming weeks. But now, some of our church family would like to share with you.
Hi, church family. This is Jay and Georgia Baum. We're glad we're able to share some things with you today. And the lesson for today is about the word perseverance, sticking to something, practicing, don't give up. In life, we often try to do the things that we like and we can do easily, and that's what we do. But sometimes we need to focus on things that are more challenging. So let's say I had a big piece of brick here, and I took a hammer and I started knocking it through, and I just kept chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. I worked hard. It took me a long time. I took some breaks. 498, 499, and then the 500th blow, boom, I got through and broke the brick and got to the other side. The question is, which number was it of the blows that got through to the other side? Literally, it was the 500th one, but every one made it easier to accomplish the task. So sometimes we need to stick to something, maybe not 500 times, but we need to stick to something when it becomes difficult. Georgia has something to share with you.
I have an example of our grandson, Jimmy. He decided last fall that he wanted to learn how to ride a two-wheeler without training wheels. He'd been using the training wheels, and so he started doing that, and it was very difficult at first. He struggled with his balance, and he needed a lot of help, as you can see now.
Keep going. Good job, Jimmy. Keep going.
Don't stop.
Up.
Don't stop.
So after some continued practice and some more lessons and encouragement from both his parents and from Jay and I, Jimmy got a little more confident and a little more skilled, and he was able to balance better and ride with less of a struggle.
Got it. Careful.
Okay, stop.
So this last video is a clip of him riding independently, and it's literally about a month later. He's been practicing off and on, and he is more confident. He doesn't need anyone standing next to him, and he's mastered the skill, but he's going to continue to improve as he rides more and more. And I shared with him that this is a skill that once he learns, he will never forget, and he'll always be able to ride his bike. So here he is, riding independently.
When you get to the corner, we're going to stop, okay? Nice job, buddy. Keep going. Stop, and then I'm going to come next to you. Okay. Wave to the camera. Wave. So to wrap this up, the lesson is, if it's riding a bike, whatever the situation might be in your world, you're going to have things that are going to be a challenge. Stick to it, and you can do it. And most importantly, God bless. Take care.
Wasn't it nice to hear from our church family? Thank you to Mr. J, Miss Georgia, and especially Jimmy for that wonderful lesson on perseverance, on sticking to it. Great job, Jimmy. Take care.